Hey guys, this is Corey with Custom RV in Amarillo, Texas, and welcome back to another tips and tricks video. Today we're going to go over on how to use your 4 or 6 point electric auto leveling, and then we'll touch briefly on the hydraulic auto leveling and the differences between the two. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay guys, so what we're looking at here, we're on a Salem Hemisphere, and this is the electric auto leveling controller. Now this is for a 4-point system. We'll take a look at a few different versions because you'll probably see several different versions as you're out there looking, or depending on which one you have. Now this is the newest one. This is the ground control. Apparently I can't hold the camera straight, but this is the ground control 3.0 system. So the way this works, of course, you've got your power button here. You've got various and assorted. So as you can see there, you've got manual level. So that's if you need to manually set the trailer's jacks. You've got an auto retract mode. So that's for the rear 2 jacks in this case. You've got auto retract all. So this is basically your hitch height. Or to retract all the jacks after you've hitched up. And then you've got auto hitch. This is actually what I was talking about. And then you've got the ready system. Now right here, this one's pretty self-explanatory. You've got the auto level button. And then over here on the right side, you've got front, rear, left, and right. Now the misconception that people have is that the left runs all the left side of the jacks. It's really the front left jack and the front right jack. If you hit this one, it'll be both front jacks, rear is both the rear jacks. And then this retract button, if we were to hit this, that turns it into retract mode. If we hit it again, that takes it out of, or that's extend mode. So if we want to raise the front of the trailer, we push and hold there. If we want to retract it, same thing. So that's the basic overview of the controls. So let me show you where your manual override system is on this, and then we'll show you how the system works. All right, so when talking about manual overrides for these jacks, actually it'll be a little easier to get to it from this side. So you can see right here, you've got this little cap. That is, there is a socket on the inside of that, so you can run it with a cordless drill. You've also got one up on top of the motor as well. Now keep in mind, you do have to unplug these before you manually override these. But you've got 2 ways to do it, depending on the 5th wheel. One may be easier to get to than the other. But you can do each individual jack like that, which is very nice. So the front 2 will be like that. Now I want to go ahead and show you on one of the rear jacks. And we'll actually look at it on this torque since it's a little easier to get to. But up underneath, you can see right there, that little rubber cap, that's where you would override this particular jack on the back. That's the easiest one to get to. So that is how you manually override those in case of an electronic failure. Now remember, you do have to unplug them before you start running those manually. That is very important to remember because you can mess things up if you don't. So let me go ahead and we will get this camera set up and we'll show you how this system levels itself. Okay, so let's assume you're at your camping site. You've unhooked your pickup, you've dropped the front jacks, raised it up off the pickup, and you have pulled the truck out from underneath the kingpin. What you'll come in and do is, now I've already, of course, turned the system on. So what you'll do, don't hit anything else once you get your truck out of the way. And that's how you, it remembers the hitch height. If you start hitting, you know, these buttons before you hit auto level, it will never go back to hitch height. Now, the way hitch height works, a quick note on that, it gets you within about 2 to 3 inches of where it needs to be. So it's not exact. You may have to play with it a little bit to get it exactly where you need to go. Now, so what we'll do, we're unhitched. We haven't hit any other buttons other than to turn the panel on. Now we'll hit auto level, and it'll say grounding. So what it's going to do first is it's going to level the trailer front to back with the front jacks. And this process takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So you can hear it doing its thing. Now, ideally, and I'm kind of cheating today, you do not want to do this with the slide outs out. Again, do as I say, not as I do. So now it's level front to back. And let's go back here and take a look. So now what it's doing is it's grounding the rear jacks. So it will bring those down to stabilize, and then it will kind of adjust accordingly. And again, this process takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, you do not also want to have anybody on the inside of this trailer while this is trying to work, because it can mess with the computer. So as you can see, it's grounded the jacks now. And now what it's going to do is adjust each individual jack to get this thing perfectly level and stable. And another thing that you want to do with these new MORryde steps, let me walk around to this other side and show you. Is you do want to make sure that the door is completely open, just because you do want, these can kind of mess up the door if you leave them out with the door closed. So I'm thinking it's just about done. Yep. And then whenever it is done, I just heard the beep. You'll hear a single beep. And what I always do before I consider it done is, so as you can see, we have a right rear out of stroke. And I'm glad that this happened, because so whenever you have that problem, you just want to hit enter. So it is not perfectly level. Now, how we want to, and this is a perfect thing to show this, is if it isn't out of level. Now I'm not going to do this because I'm actually going to unlevel this trailer when we're done here. But if it is not in calibration, what you want to do is you want to, oops, let's see, where we go. We want to go to manual mode. And we want to double check that. Now, ideally when you're doing this, you want to have a level. I'm just going by feel. So the left side is the one that is high in this instance. So that feels about good to me. And then what we'll actually do is turn the system off. Then we'll hit the front 5 times and then the rear 5 times, and it will beep, and it's 0-point calibration. So that's basically what we're doing. So now what we do is we hit enter, and it's doing its thing. And now we have set the 0 point to basically tell the computer what level is. So that is one thing that we always do before they leave. This one wasn't quite set up correctly, but I'm glad that it did that. That way we can show you exactly how to do it. Now the 6-point system will work very, very similarly. The only difference is you've got 6 jacks instead of 4. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you the other system, which is the one control system. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So with the one control system, you'll have this touch panel right here. So a couple quick notes on this. To turn this on, all you do is press and hold both of them at the same time. Green light comes on, and then it has a time delay. And then you'll also have retract all, which is going to retract all the jacks, hitch height, which gets you very close to where you hitched up from, and then auto level. And then of course you have simple instructions right there. The thing that makes this one tricky, and we'll go ahead and go on inside, and is going to be this panel here. So now I got to remember how to do this. There we go. So you've got this screen that shows all of your devices in this case. Now you've got leveler, which apparently, there we go. So this is the confusing part from this one. There's like 4 different versions of this. And the hardest thing to do on this one, in all honesty, is to reset the 0-point calibration. Now you've got some some arrows that will take you to various assorted things, but you've got the same thing, plus, minus, and then the arrows will scroll you through the various and assorted modes. Honestly, the other system that I showed you how the whole system works and the manual override, all that's the same on this one. It just has a different control panel, which I personally am not a big fan of. I've liked the other version a lot better. It just seems it's way simpler. So in closing, that is how to operate your automatic leveling system. Now, a couple of closing thoughts that I want to mention. These will not level in very extreme circumstances. So you may still have to throw blocks underneath your jacks, and I actually encourage that. The less these jacks have to move, the more stable the trailer will be. But let me know what you think on this. Yeah, let me know what you think on auto leveling. If you have any questions, you can email us at contact@custom-rv.com, or you can give us a call at 806-335-2336. You can also leave any questions down in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer all of those. Let me know your auto leveling mishaps. We always like hearing from you, and we thank you very much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed, and have a wonderful rest of your day.